Dear students, welcome to Lal Sir's classes. In this particular video, we are going to understand the difference between in spite of and despite. Now look at these sentences appearing here. The first one reads like this: in spite of being late, I was able to attempt all the questions. Second, despite being late, I was able to attempt all the questions. The same meaning. If you see serial number 1 and serial number 2, both these sentences are delivering exactly the same meaning. Now looking at the sentence number 3. In spite of being tired, I sat in my chair to complete the work in time. The fourth sentence reads like this: despite being tired, I sat in my chair to complete the work in time. Now if I see here, again sentence number 3 and 4 are conveying exactly the same meaning. There is no difference at all. So in the first set, which is appearing in green ink here, okay, we find that though the person was late, he was able to attempt all the questions. So, and despite being late, again same meaning. Though the person was late, he was able to attempt all the questions. So the meaning is exactly same. And in second set of sentence, that is serial number 3 and 4, although the person was tired, he sat in his chair to complete the work in time. The speaker says in spite of being tired. So though the speaker was tired, he sat in his chair to complete the work in time. Exactly the same meaning in the fourth sentence. So on the basis of these two sets of sentences, we can very well conclude that we find it here, we conclude that there is no need of preposition of. You see here, preposition of highlighted. We don't need to use this preposition of with the word despite. Now talking about the meaning of despite, that is equal to in spite of. When we already have that meaning of in this word, we don't need to use it in addition to what we are writing already. So we can also say that in spite of is exactly the same as despite. When we are getting the desired meaning exactly, we don't need to use additional word unnecessarily. So this will be grossly wrong when we say despite of being late, I was able to attempt all the questions. You see the first sentence here. If someone says despite, if the sentence begins with despite, then this of will not be required at all. You see the sentence says despite being late. I cannot say despite of being late, I was able to attempt all the questions. So we need to be careful. I'll repeat again, when we are using in spite of, then it is fine. This is of course needed. And when you say despite, then of is not needed at all. We can very well say despite being late, I was able to attempt all the questions. Even in the fourth sentence, if you see, when I am replacing this in spite of with the word despite here, then I am not using of, and we are getting exactly the same meaning. So despite being tired, I sat in my chair to complete the work in time. So therefore, it's very necessary to understand that when we are either speaking or writing, whatever, but then with despite there is no preposition of. Thank you. I hope I have been able to make you understand the difference between in spite of and despite in this video. If you like the video, please subscribe and like it. Thank you. Bye bye.